This is about a neighborhood taking its streets back.
A parking protest brings traffic to a crawl on Parkside. Residents in that Buffalo neighborhood are fed up with drivers speeding through their community, and now they're taking action. Now, George, you attended this peaceful protest tonight. What was the goal?
Well, the goal was to prove that parked cars on the side of a street is a simple way to make the moving cars go slower. 4 Buffalo police cars converged on the scene about 30 minutes into an unusual traffic protest.
This is about a neighborhood taking its streets back.
Residents living near the Buffalo Zoo deliberately parked their cars on both sides of Parkside near Russell Street during rush hour. You see, during the middle of the day, cars are allowed to park on one side, but not during rush hour. And when those 2 lanes open up in each direction at rush hour, the car traffic moves much faster.
It's not a highway, and let's bring it down to 2 lanes as it is many other hours of the day, but let's make it all day, every day.
This brief act of civil disobedience is backed up by a petition with almost 300 signatures, calling on the city to find some way to slow down the cars here at rush hour.
You can just start with the cheap stuff. Do paint, narrow the lane widths a little bit, reduce the number of travel lanes. That can have an amazing effect on the people's behavior. We've seen that on Elmwood Avenue.
They point to a city study showing that the number of accidents at Parkside and Florence is 3 times the state average.
Screeching tires, screaming mothers in particular. We're across from a park and families.
Okay, folks, so if you can
About 30 minutes into the illegal parking protest, police gave the 2-minute warning.
They asked us to move on before we were ticketed, and that was fine. I thought it was a good conversation. You know, they're having the same issues that we are fighting on a daily basis. They only have so much enforcement they could do.
Now you can see the actual petition and that traffic study I mentioned on WIVB.com.
No, do they actually think this protest is going to have any effects?
They do. I talked to a police chief as he was leaving the scene. He told me that the city had already been looking for answers to this, and the answer could be as simple as just allowing the cars to park there during rush hour.
It does slow it down. I've seen it myself.
Yep.
Thank you, George.
Right.